1, 2, 3, let's go.
Wednesday afternoon, hoping you will tune into our show. It's
You know, go, oh yeah, you gotta do it. Yeah, come up, Emmy. I'm like, all right, okay. And the site manager, he could sense it. He could really sense it, and it'd be like, and if he, at any given opportunity, he'll say, do you want to go down and get me this? And I'm like, I'd rather not go down, because then I'd have to climb back up. I'll be like, can somebody else not go? No, I want you to go. And I think he just got a thrill out of it, you know, like just watching me trembling when I'm going down because you have to go down a ladder to go down, even though it was a scaffolding. So there was a ladder and chained to the side of the scaffolding, and we were doing a bit of a cladding job. So just to answer your question, fam. So the flying bit, I think it's from I'm just scared of air accidents, if that makes sense. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I think I've only flown like probably 4 times in my whole life, and each time I would try to get as much alcohol down as much as I can to numb that fear. And if there was a turbulence or something, you know, when it went through the clouds, and I'll be like, oh my Jesus, right. And when he was about to land, I was quite excited. Now I don't know if it's about the aerial view, you know, from when you look through the window and you see all these lights and all that. Now I don't know if it was that or just the relief of knowing finally that
you're going to be back on the ground.
I would be back on the ground. So if I had to, if it was absolutely necessary that I had to, then I would do it. But if I don't, I'd rather just, you know, go the long route. And there's another fear that I have because I can't swim. So cruises don't into. I'm not. It's not my thing. Cruising, going on cruises. I mean, or going on a speedboat or crossing the river for any reason, apart from the London Bridge when you drive over it, or any other bridge for that matter. But then, yeah, it's just heights in water. I think that water one is called aquaphobia. Aquaphobia. I think it's called. Is it aquaphobia? Yeah.
I think another fear of water, of course, is when somebody gets rabies, and it's called hydrophobia, isn't it? And it is an extreme fear of water. But I think that's a bit different to someone who's fearful of going on the sea, you know, on a cruise ship or something like that.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that the fact that you can't swim would make you frightened of going on a cruise ship, because the two are not likely to come together anyway, are they? So that's probably something a bit different, I would have thought.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say, in response to that, have you seen the Titanic?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
What I was going to say in response to what Emmy just mentioned, I can swim, but my fear is I'm scared of more open water. So if I can't touch the ground, then I don't go in. I have to be able to touch the ground. Or at least, so maybe there's a foot of water, maybe 2 foot of water above my head. But if I know comfortably that I can touch that floor and get myself back up, I have no fear. But if I'm in open water, I know that I'm not buoyant. I don't have loads of salts on me.
the leader of our gang will make the show go with a bang and fund the aim of everything Custis and fund the aim of everything Custis.
foot of water, maybe 2 foot of water above my head. But if I know comfortably that I can touch that floor and get myself back up, I have no fear. But if I'm in open water, I know that I'm not buoyant. I don't have loads of salts on me. I don't float, so I don't chance it.
Yeah, I think mine was kind of compounded after the film Jaws was released.
Oh, that's a fear of sharks.
yeah, I saw that and I'm thinking, right, this sharks will never get me because I don't go near. I'm not going anywhere near the water anyway. So yeah,
I'm surprised you ever leave. I'm surprised you ever leave your house, cuz really, because you seem to be scared of everything.
That's agoraphobia.
Right, okay. Is that the fear of open spaces?
I think it's agoraphobia. Is it agoraphobia? And thunder is agoraphobia. One or the other, isn't it? They sound very similar.
Yeah. I think, I mean, agoraphobia is, the definition is something like fear of open spaces, but actually I don't think that really just covers it.
No.
It's more a fear of leaving the safety of your home, and you might be outside, and I suppose if you're with someone, you know, it's a bit different, but there's no escape from the reality of being outside. You might be in a crowd, you might be in an open space, but it's the fear of not being able to get back to safety, back to home. And again, a very real fear experienced by a lot of people, agoraphobia, horrible fear, really.
Yeah.
And there's plenty of others. I mean, to me, I suppose if I own up to having a phobia, it's claustrophobia. I think that's quite a common one as well. It might go back to when I was a kid. I got stuck in a lift, probably for 20 minutes. It seemed longer, I seem to recall, but it wasn't pleasant. And ever since, I suppose I've had a bit of an aversion to going into lifts. I do when I have to, because sometimes you don't really get a choice. But I've never really lost that sense of being trapped in a situation. And going back to your flying, I mean, I don't mind flying. I get a bit apprehensive on takeoff, like most people do, but I'm not phobic about it. But some people, again, in the aeroplane, like a cigar tube, they can get very claustrophobic in an aeroplane as well. So that can be another feature of that. But just one brief story, which I'll just mention about claustrophobia, because it might be something you might be interested, or anyone listening might be interested to look at if you haven't heard of it before. It was a case in America, in Utah, in 2009. And for Thanksgiving, that weekend in November, people were traveling back to their childhood homes, and
fund the aim of everything customers.